Përshëndetje miq të dashur dhe mirë se erdhët në vizionin pas ditës. Ja ku takuam sërish bashkë, është puntata e dytë për këtë sezon. Jemi ritakuar si gjithmonë në orën 17:50 në një transmetim të drejtë për drejtë, pa diskutim në ekranin e Vizion Plus, aty ku do të qëndrojmë deri në orën 19 në një emision goxha interesant sot, të cilin kemi menduar ta ndajmë në tre pjesë të ndryshme, tre pjesë të cilat nuk kanë lidhje të drejtë për drejtë me njëra tjetrën, por janë kurioze për t'u ndarë, pasi na sjellin si histori njerëzore, na sjellin problematika aktuale që të gjithë i kemi kaluar apo i kalojmë në përditshmërinë dhe në jetën tonë, gjithashtu edhe kuriozitete dhe personazhe interesante të cilët do të zbulojmë minutazh pas minutazhi në vijim të këtij emisioni. Dhe thash pak më parë personazhe interesante dhe ashtu është i pari i cili do të vijë dhe të prezantohet në Vizioni pas ditës sot. Por para se t'ju prezantojmë të, do më duhet t'ju prezantoj me dy sponsorat general të këtij emisioni, të cilët pa diskutim dua t'i falenderoj me mirënjohje për mbështetjen e tyre dhe janë pikërisht Qendra multifunksionale New Generation dhe laboratori mjekësor Intermedica. Faleminderit për mbështetjen tuaj dhe për më tepër ne do të prezantojmë edhe në puntatat në vijim me gjithçka që dy sponsorat ofrojnë pikërisht në shërbim të publikut, siç jeni ju që po na ndiqni në këtë momente. Mirë, tash më pak më parë që do nisim me një personazh shumë interesant. Në fakt bëhet fjalë për një histori jo fort të zakon, për një danez i cili pak ditë më parë ka qëndruar në Shqipëri. Në fakt qëndrimi i tij në çdo shtet është i kufizuar. Bëhet fjalë për Pedersen Thor, është një danez 38 vjeçar, i cili qëllimi i tij është të vizitojë sa më shumë vende të botës. Dhe në fakt pikësynim ka 203 vende të ndryshme në botë. Ai i kryen të gjitha këto udhëtime dhe këto lëvizje vetëm me $20 në ditë. Ai nuk udhton me avion, pa diskutim, me $20 në ditë nuk do mund të presësh dot një bilet avioni, por udhton me të gjitha mjetet e mundshme të transportit, të cilat ja mundësojnë edhe buxhetin e kufizuar që ai ka. Shqipëria ka qenë vendi 132 që ai ka vizituar. Pse është ndodhur këtu dhe kush është ky aventurier, dhe ju prezantoj me insertin e parë për sot.
Një i huaj është një mik që nuk e ke njohur akoma. Nën këtë moto, 38 vjeçari nga Danimarka, Torbjørn Pedersen, ka ndërmarrë një aventurë të jashtëzakonshme për të bërë në jetën e tij. Gjithçka nisi 4 vite më parë, ku ai vendosi që i vetëm të bënte një udhëtim në të gjithë planetin. Ja si e rrëfen ai fillimin e kësaj nisme.
Original point of the project was that nobody in history has gone to every country in the world without flying. So that was the beginning of the project. It's very much about promoting the countries and the cultures and the people in every country in the world. It's about inspiring people, it's about educating people, it's about entertaining people, it's about showing people never to give up and keep fighting and going forward their goals.
Përpara se të ndërmerrni këtë mision, e keni diskutuar me miqtë të afërm?
Yes, I did. My father was very much against it. My father said I should not do it, I will destroy my life, I will destroy my career. My mother was not very surprised. My mother is a travel guide, so she just said, okay, I also like to travel in the world, have a nice trip. Most of my friends thought I was crazy. Most of my friends have children, they have a car, they have a job, they have a home, they owe a lot of money to the bank, and they thought I should do the same. I should marry my girlfriend, I should have some children, and I should have a normal life like everyone. But I think today it has changed. I think today there's a lot of support from my father, from my mother, from my friends, from my family. I think people really like what I'm doing.
Si e pritje thejuar këtë nisëm?
Well, she was together with me when I started having the idea. We planned the project over 10 months. So it started very small, and then it developed into being more professional, and then finally I left. So obviously we had to talk at some point, and we were discussing, are we going to stay together or are we going to have separate lives? And we decided we wanted to stay together as long as it makes sense. So it has been good sometimes, it has been very hard sometimes, but mostly it's good. I think we're growing stronger and stronger. And then not long ago when she came to visit me in Kenya, I had a ring and I asked her to marry me, and now she's my fiancée. So I think we're going the right direction.
Sa telefonata bëni në ditë?
With my fiancé? Almost nothing, really, because it's too expensive for me to get a SIM card in every country, and some countries with my SIM card from Denmark is very expensive if people, they call me. but we do a lot of communication online with Facebook and WhatsApp and Skype sometimes.
Ju jeni nisur në vitin 2013 në orën 10:10 në muajin e 10 që 10 tetor. Mos jeni pak supersticioz?
I think a very big part of doing a project like this is to find out what is the day that you're going to leave home. When are you going to leave? And my girlfriend back then, my fiancée today, and we were training for a marathon. So we went to do the Berlin Marathon, and then I needed to rest my body a little bit, and we were looking for a date after that. And then we found out that the 10th of October would be a nice day because it's 10:10, and then we could say 10:10 a.m., so it would be 10:10, and then it would also be a date that I could remember.
Cili është vendi I parë që vizitove në nismën tënde?
I went from Denmark to Germany, from Germany to Netherlands, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, and then I continued throughout 37 countries in Europe, over the North Atlantic. I went to North America, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, and then all of Africa. Now I'm back in Europe, and soon I'll be going to the Middle East.
Ti ke një buxhet për ai vetëm $20 në ditë për të shpenzuar, përfshi udhëtim, ushqim, fjetët e tjerë. Është e vështirë për t'ia dalë me vetëm kaq pak para?
It's very difficult. It's not so difficult in Albania. Albania is a very good country for my project. It was more difficult in France, it was much more difficult in Italy, where I was not long ago. The budget of $20 per day covers 4 things. So it covers my accommodation, it covers my transportation, it covers my meals, and then my visas. And generally I go with public transportation, I eat locally, I do not need a visa every day, and sometimes I can sleep at people's families, I sleep in dorm rooms. So it is possible to do it, but it's not easy.
Me çfarë udhëton kryesisht, me makinë, biçikletë, në këmbë?
No, I go with public transportation wherever it's possible. So usually I'm with a bus or a minibus or I'm with a train. I go with ferries. Sometimes I need to go on board container ships because it's the only form of transportation I can use without flying. So far I've been on 10 container ships, but I've been traveling for 4 years, so the container ships are not the biggest part of the journey. It's really taxis, buses and trains.
Cili ka qenë vendi më I çuditshëm për ty deri tani?
The weirdest country I've been to must be the Vatican. I think the Vatican is a very, very small country. It's only 1/8 of the size of Central Park in New York. There are no restaurants, there are no hotels, nobody's born in the Vatican. So I'm not talking about the religion. The religion is something else. This I'm not debating. But to call the Vatican a country, I think that's very special.
Kryesisht njerëzit marrin ndonjë send në çdo shtet që vizitojnë. Po ti e bën këtë gjë?
I take stories. I meet people in every country, I bring the stories with me. For every country I try to take a picture of somebody's eyes. So I have the eyes of Albania, the eyes of Italy, and the eyes of whatever country. And then in the end of the project we can have a collage with all the pictures of all the eyes in the world. Take a picture of the sunset in every country in the world, and then usually I take a small souvenir that I bring to someone in the next country I go to, and I give it to them, and then I take something in the next country and give it to the next country again, and in the end I take something from the last country to my country and close the circle.
Po këtu në Shqipëri çfarë souveniri solla?
Yeah, I brought something from Algeria. But I forgot to buy something in Algeria, so I was staying in a hotel and I was just looking what could I find from Algeria, and I found some soap. So I brought the soap from Algeria and I'll give it to someone in Albania.
Ka pasur ndonjë situatë të sikletshme gjatë udhëtimit tuaj?
Well, many difficult. There were many situations that were very difficult. I had a lot of good reason to give up, a lot of good reason to go home and stop the project, but I never did. I had malaria at one point, really bad malaria that went to my brain, and I was very sick for a long time and weak. I dealt with a lot of corruption. I lost my financial sponsorship. I had my grandmother died and I couldn't go to her funeral because of the project rules. I miss my home, I miss my fiancée, I miss my friends. There are many things that are hard in the project. A lot of the time the visas and the bureaucracy is very, very difficult and complicated, but we found a way to go through everything.
Të rrezikuar ndonjëherë jeta?
It's difficult to say. I think yes. I think my life was at risk maybe several times, but since nothing really happened, it can be difficult to say. I think most of the time the most dangerous part is traffic. Even here in Albania, sometimes when I cross the road, I feel like that's when my life is at risk. But I was on a small boat that easily could have sunk, and there was no safety equipment and no life jackets. I think that was dangerous. I was in a jungle at one point and I met some very drunk men with guns and they didn't like me. And I think that could have gone really bad. The malaria could have killed me very quickly if I didn't go to a clinic.
Ndodh shpesh që të flesh jashtë?
No. I think I have been staying in 5-star hotels more times than I've been sleeping on the street. I have been sleeping on the street 6 times, I think. And then a few times, if the weather was nice, I was able to put up the hammock, and that has also been good for me. Then the hotels sometimes contact me and say, you have an interesting project, we want to help. So they invite me and I stay for free in 5-star hotels. But most of the time I stay in dorm rooms and guest houses. I sleep on trains, I sleep in buses, I sleep on the boats. And people invite me to their families and I sleep in a guest room or on a sofa or something like that.
Cili është vendi i radhës që do vizitosh?
I'm going from Albania to Greece, so Greece is the next new country.
Duke shpresuar që do t'i vizitosh të 205 vendet që ti ke vënë së synim për veten tënde. Çfarë do bësh me gjithë këtë eksperiencë që ke mbledhur në gjithë këto kultura, gjithë këto vende që ke vizituar?
Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do when I come back home is I'm going to sleep for 1 month. Then when I wake up, I'm going to shave. Then if I'm not already married, then I'll get married, we'll start a family, have some children. I'll start writing a book. Hopefully I can share the experiences from around the world, teach people about different cultures, show people that the world is not a scary place, that most people are just people, they're families, that we're very much connected. Everyone has Facebook, everyone takes selfies, people have fidget spinners, they watch Game of Thrones, they fall in love, they like dancing, they like sports, they like good weather, they complain about bad weather. People are just people all around the world.
Ju jeni ambasadori dëshirës së mirë të Kryqit Kuq. Cili është misioni jot në këtë rrugëtim?
So I'm a goodwill ambassador of the Danish Red Cross. The Danish Red Cross is one Red Cross in the world out of 190 national societies. You can find the Red Cross in 190 countries around the world. So that's more or less every country in the world you find the Red Cross. I go and visit the Red Cross in all the countries. I'm finally here in Albania, and today I'm learning about how strong the Albanian Red Cross is, how strong the volunteers they are, about the first day, and about how the Albanian Red Cross is influencing the safety and the security and helping the vulnerable people here in Albania.
Të shofruar ndonjë kompani filmike për ta bërë jetën tënde film?
Actually, yes. Once in a while I'm contacted by different producers. Not long ago I was contacted by someone who wanted to make a documentary about my visit in Libya. Then I've been contacted by a film company as well that also wants to do something about the overall project. I've been contacted by I don't even know what you call them, the ones that create books, and they want me to write a book. I've been contacted by Red Bull TV at some point, but I argued that the project isn't exciting enough because I'm not jumping out of a helicopter or something like that. Sometimes I'm contacted, and a lot of the time then they disappear and they come back and they disappear. We'll see when I reach the end of the project. Faleminderit.
We'll be the passenger. We'll ride through the city tonight. See the city's ripped back sides.
Do të shkëputemi tani për një hapësirë publicitare dhe sigurisht që më duhet të falenderoj dy sponsorat general të vizionit të pasdites dhe ata janë qendra multifunksionare New Generation dhe laboratori mjekësor Intermedica. Ju falenderoj shumë për mbështetjen tuaj gjatë gjithë sezonit të vizionit të pasdites. Do të shkojmë në një hapësirë publicitare dhe pak më tej do të rikthehemi në studio për të prezantuar më të ftuarit tanë dhe për diskutuar mbi një temë që pa diskutim të gjithë kemi interes të marrim informacion. Shkojmë në reklama, kthehemi prapë.